Hello, show 369. A couple minutes late here, but let me go ahead and uh, get the link posted, and hopefully can get a couple people to pop in here. Happy April. What is it, April 10th? So definitely into springtime here. Pretty much all the leaves here in Atlanta are out. There's a few hardwoods and whatnot that aren't, but not too bad. Oh, let's get that better. Readjust that camera. So yeah, it's been I guess a couple weeks, yeah, because I was out of town last week, and you may hear, but I am suffering from a bit of a cold. It is not COVID. I did test there, and it wasn't COVID. It's just a basic spring cold brought on by probably a combination of allergies and all that fun stuff. So getting over it. Still got a cough and that type of thing. So I've been taking it easy the last couple of days. Let me go ahead and post a link in Facebook there. And so we're back after a couple of weeks and ready to dive into it. Looks like there's a fair amount of images there to go over, which is fantastic. So I'll go ahead and post a link there. And so it was a good couple of weeks. Hope everybody else has been doing good. We were up in Pittsburgh visiting family last week and first part of this week, and good trip. Drove up and drove back. So not a bad drive. About a day and a half. Just under 700 miles. So 650 miles, something like that, up and back. So not too bad. But while up there, pretty busy. A lot of stuff going around, spending time with parents, obviously, and my brother and his family. So very good. But I think that's how what kind of brought the cold on. I was getting some a little bit of allergies from all the stuff blooming down here, and then when we got up there, my niece has some guinea pigs, which are very cute and totally evolved to be at the complete bottom of the food chain. They have no defenses at all, basically, but they're great little animals. But she keeps them in her room, and we were sleeping in her room, and keeps it in the room. And guinea pigs like hay, so there's a big bag of hay plus a bunch of hay in the guinea pig compound. And as I got there, I just noticed this thing's getting stuffed up, and then bam, on the way back, when we got back home, traveling back here, the cold hit, and feeling better, but man, the whole series of things that go along with cold. And I haven't had a little tiny one last year, but this one is just kind of the traditional full-blown cold, stuffy nose, all that fun stuff. So I've just been drinking lots of water, tea, a couple of decongestants here and there, and I think we're good. Hey, Wes.
Hey, Mark.
How's it going?
Going pretty well. How about yourself?
Well, getting over a cold.
That sucks.
You're watching, but I think we're up in Pittsburgh visiting, and I think the pollen here was starting to get. I never really get a big allergy outbreak, but it was starting to affect me. And when we went up there, nothing's blooming up there yet, but my niece has guinea pigs, and we were sleeping in her room, and she has a little pen with the guinea pigs, and they love hay. So it's all stuffed up, and I think that kind of clogged things up. And then, so I got that on the way back. Stopped at the CVS or overnight, and I was like, I wonder if this is COVID. So I got the test, and that came back clearly negative, 2 times over 2 days, and I was like, it's just a cold.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of that's going around right now.
Kim has it too. So she's about 4 days. She's feeling today about the way I was on 3 days behind me, the way I was on Thursday, which was the worst day. So she's just been but yeah. But other than that, not bad. So good. You've been looked like you had some good images there. Yeah, I took a fair amount of images in the last.
Yeah, I posted a couple. I really haven't. I haven't done much in the past couple weeks. It's been, I don't know, just a mixture of lack of interest and a lot of rain.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have had, we've had a lot of rain. Yeah, we've a lot of rain here the last couple of weeks. Has it been more than multiple days? Because I think we were gone for about 10 days, and it seems like we got 2 big rain events here, like last Monday and then the Thursday before or something like that. Yeah.
It just always seems to coincide with when I have free time.
Yeah. Oh, did you have the week off for a spring break?
No. Just when it seemed like on the weekend it was raining and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, they've already had spring break there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it was like the beginning of March, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, already done. Yeah, I think the schools here were on spring break this week. Yeah, I think they go back. They go back Monday, which is weird because that's a week before Easter. I would think they would take this week off, but I don't know. So anyway, it's been nice. We got back on Thursday, so we had a couple days without school traffic. They'll get about another month, and then that'll be gone. They'll be done for the summer at least. School gets out here. Well, it gets out pretty early there for you too, doesn't it? Doesn't it get out first part of May?
Yeah, it should be at the end of this month or early next month.
Okay. Yeah. I think the schools here get out like the first week in May. Yeah. So kind of looking forward to that. A lot less traffic on the roads without 3 school buses coming through the neighborhood every day. Times 2. They have one school bus for each school, elementary, middle school, and high school. So
luckily they don't come into the neighborhood here, but I do have to deal with them on the way to work and back.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily back, but if I go out, lunchtime or whatever.
Yeah. Now when I go out in the middle of the day during school, I always tend to forget how much more traffic there is. It definitely is. You definitely notice a difference. That's for sure. So it looks like you're enjoying a beer. What are we having? I'm enjoying hot lemon water, so it's not nearly as delicious as your beer.
This is a Wakulla Hefeweizen.
Okay.
Brewed, not very far from here where I'm at. So.
Oh, nice.
Downtown
local
Gainesville.
beers are good. Yeah. We had some nice local beers up in Pittsburgh. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of breweries.
Breweries,
everywhere there's a lot of breweries. Yeah. And we've my brother has a few that are close by. They're good. So we tend to visit them pretty much every year. Plus, try to find 1 or 2 others that are different. So, but that's good. Good. So we've got I guess Easter's next week, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's
for today.
This week, yeah. Any photography purchases? Anything with all these rainy days? You're like, oh, I can't go out and make photos. Maybe I'll go and get something to help me make photos when it's not raining. No.
Yeah. Unless you can't call the scooter I bought it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Everything can become photography equipment.
Yeah. I may use it to get somewhere that I want to take photos. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw the post of that scooter. It looks like it's pretty fast. Wouldn't you say it got up to 18 going downhill? I was scrolling through the Facebook feed yesterday.
They have them that go a lot faster, but I don't. I haven't been on anything like that in a while.
So how long does the battery last? It doesn't look like it's a big area for a battery, or is it built into the platform?
Yeah, it's built into the platform. They claim 15 miles. It's more like 10 or 12.
Okay, yeah. And that'll probably go down when you get in hot weather too.
Yeah.
Depending how hot it gets. Yeah.
More so in the cold, I think, is when the batteries get really effective. Yeah,
I know with the Volt, this is actually just about the perfect climate for it, because it doesn't really. I noticed that the range drops quite a bit when we get below 40. It drops, and then so 40 to 60 is average. And then once you get about like 60 to 90 degrees, that's kind of the best. Seems like the best efficiency kind of comes, and which is a typical summer day for us is going to be highs in the 80s. So, I'll get the rated range for it. I think is 38 to 40, and I get that kind of in that 60 to 55 to 80 degrees. But when it gets up to about 65. But then when it gets warmer than that, I tend to get I'll get like 41, 42, something like that. So I get maybe an 8 or 10% bump. But then when it gets cold, especially if it gets below freezing, and I don't heat up the car before I do it, I'll see the range drop by 15%. So 20%. So your scooter probably won't go quite as far in the heat of summer, but it'll still get you.
Yeah, I really only need it to go a couple miles a day, really.
Yeah. So you're scootering back and forth to work then?
I'm scootering from where my office is to the data center I have to go to, basically, that's on campus. There's no parking around it.
During the workday, if you're having to go back and forth from your desk to the actual facility. Okay. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I just figured that would all be in one place, but I guess not. So you have a big data center for the campus then?
Yeah, there are actually several sites we have to visit to do what we do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Scooter probably makes sense. You probably get there faster. Well, what you were doing before, what? And getting in your car, or were you walking, or?
Yeah, they have like a few parking passes that we can use to do like a service drive kind of parking thing, and that's always a challenge. And then people hit your car and stuff, so I'd rather just park it by my office and use the scooter. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
That's short of a distance. If it's only a couple miles, even if the scooter can only go 10 or 15 miles an hour, you're going to get there probably faster because you don't have to worry about looking for a parking spot or go to your car and go through. You can just get on and zip down the sidewalk and go where you need to go. So it's probably actually faster than driving.
Yeah. I mean, the speed limit on campus is 20 miles an hour anyway. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. That sounds like a good solution, and it saves wear and tear on the car too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
With the price of gas, electricity is still a lot less expensive than fuel at this point. You guys are under $4 a gallon now, or do you put premium in your car?
Yeah, I put premium in. It was $4.60. I filled up today. It was $4.66. Is the cheapest I could find.
Okay. So regular is probably what, like $3.90, something like that.
$3.99, I think, is what I saw was the cheapest.
Yeah, it's down to about $3.85 here.
Yeah,
it was like $3.99, but they repealed the state gas tax for 60 or 90 days or something like that. So it dropped like, I think it was 12 cents a gallon. So it immediately dropped about 12 cents a gallon. So, but we're maybe at the lower end now. But that's definitely expensive, especially if you drive a lot, man. Oh, Joe was. Showed a picture of him filling up his truck for work, work truck, $980 to fill his tank, and diesel like $4.95 there, $5 a gallon in Arizona.
Right.
So 200 gallons is $1,000 basically.
I've got another friend who's an owner operator, and he's like $1,300 gas bills and stuff.
Yeah. And if he's an owner operator, then he's just basically taking it. Has he adjusted his rates, or?
I don't know exactly. I think there are some like fuel surcharges that they can put in.
Yeah.
Make up for the fuel prices.
It's a lot harder for a sole operator like that to do it than, or to deal with the temporary. It's going to be a relatively temporary spike compared to like big national trucking company like Joe works for.
He works for a national trucking company, but he's an owner operator. So it's like a contractor for them, basically. Okay.
All right. Yeah. That's got to be tough for people that are doing driving their vehicles for personal business. If they're out a sales rep or something like that, independent. Yeah. That's I'm glad they don't drive a lot, but it's expensive. That's for sure. So. Yeah, hopefully that goes down after a while, and we'll see. I guess it depends how everything goes geopolitically.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Well, good. Well, let's dive in here. I don't know. It doesn't look like Dennis or James are going to pop in. I think we've got basically just images from you and Simi this week. I think, yeah.
Yeah. Dennis just favorited a couple of my photos not that long ago in the last hour, so he's around somewhere.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll pop in.
We'll see if they pop in. You probably maybe I posted it last night, right? Yeah, about doing the show. Okay.
Yeah.
I was still feeling pretty cruddy yesterday morning, but by yesterday evening, I was like, I feel okay. So go do that. Okay, let me go ahead and share this and see. What was the? No, that wasn't your area. That was down in Fort Lauderdale. Did you hear about that? The Steelers quarterback that got killed crossing the road.
I think that does ring a bell.
You heard about it because friends in Pittsburgh and family like, what happened to? And I'm like, what? Yeah. So I guess this guy, he's a NFL quarterback. He's been in the league a few years. He's had some issues, personal issues. I don't know what it was. I've never heard of him before, but apparently he just got picked up by the Steelers to replace their quarterback who retired, Roethlisberger, and he got hit by a dump truck on 595, which is the bypass around Fort Lauderdale or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, he must have gotten in a car accident or something. And they said today that he was crossing as they said, crossing the expressway on foot at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
like
something going on there.
Else going on there. There's something else to that story.
Right.
I was like, well, did his car break down? And he was trying, and it's like, that sounds like he was like trying to cross, 6 lanes of divided highway of interstate.
Right.
And got basically obliterated by like a heavy duty dump truck, like on a big construction, like a Mack dump truck or something. Like, oh my God.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can figure out what was going on there.
Yeah, well, once they do all the toxicology and that type of stuff and talk to people where he was, they'll be able to get an idea probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just have a feeling the end story isn't going to be spectacular. It's not going to be spectacular on how it happened, why or how it happened. Maybe something like, series of bad decisions, it sounds like. So anyway, let's see if these images, I don't think these images are going to get splattered by a dump truck. So let's see what we got. That was a bad segue. Sorry.
Going out and taking photos is a good decision.
Yes. It's a lot less dangerous. There we go.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you photographing alligators is probably fairly dangerous. Oh, speaking of,
or Sim putting his camera next to the waves there.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Speaking of dangerous.
Oh yeah.
How's it going, Joe?
All right, man. All right.
You saw that brisket yet?
No. We a good chunk of it though, but it's amazing how I could actually share a picture on your show here, I guess.
Yeah. So do you know, Wes, that Joe got the jumbo? He got was it the Brunswick smoker?
Brunswick, yeah.
It's a pellet smoker, but it's specifically really a smoker first and not a grill or anything like that, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's one of those big stack smokers with four racks on it?
Yeah.
Dang.
I believe they're like, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches apart. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So there's plenty of space to be putting stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. I mean, I flipping love the damn thing so far. Yeah, it's amazing.
You've got the capacity to cook a lot more meat than you have been. So I'm thinking it's Joe's smoked meat.
Yeah, we'll definitely be putting it to the test. Well, actually, last weekend I cooked a whole breakfast on it, so that's when we had every rack filled.
Okay, with just a different item. Yeah.
But I could. Let's see here. Let's see. Where do I have?
That looked. You did what, a 16-hour on that thing?
Yeah, 16-hour total cook.
So you put it in Friday night late.
10. Put it in at 10. Took it out.
On at 7 in the morning, something like that.
I don't sleep much, as you know,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that's one of the advantages to doing.
You're perfect. You're perfect for opening up a smoking. Yeah, you can just since
Well,
you don't, you can check on the smoker.
I put it in at 10 p.m. Friday, and then went to bed at midnight, and woke up at 3:30, and started spritzing every hour
Okay.
at 3:30. Well, almost 4, because it was by the time I started spritzing, it was about
Okay.
4. So from every hour, just gave it a spritz and just checked on it and checked on it.
What was the spritz? Were you using apple cider or something like that?
Apple cider and just 50. Well, I ended up going thirds. I went apple cider, water, and apple juice.
Okay. All right.
So, and just gave it
sweet and tangy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diluted down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was it until 2 p.m. But I mean, let me see. So it was probably
14 hours then. So 14 hours on the smoke, and then you did you?
Well, no, I have to back that up, because let me see. It was probably,
Hey, Coach.
yeah, it was probably noon, something like that. It was probably noon when I took it out and wrapped it.
Okay.
So then I wrapped it, and that was kind of the first brisket. So that was kind of a big deal for me. Was I going to foil or paper? And I decided to go with paper.
Okay.
But
you did butcher paper then, right?
Yeah. So I butcher paper wrapped it, put it on, raised the temperature. So I went from 200 degrees to 250. And once it was wrapped, until it hit an internal of about 203, 205.
Okay.
So that I was timing it so that right when I started the pre-show, I would be putting it in the cooler to rest.
Okay. All right.
So I ended up putting it in the cooler about, it was right about 2:30ish. So, took it out, put it in the cooler. At that point, I took and put it in foil. So I just took the whole paper wrap, put it in foil, so I didn't lose any juices. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to save those juices, and put a towel in the bottom of the cooler, and put it in there, and then put a towel on top, and then did the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as the show was over, did the big unveil, man, and that is what it is. I can I could share the screen here real quick.
It sounds like you watched Sam the Cooking Guy when he did his brisket. Did you see when he did his brisket? About the standard method, but he says we're going to put it in a cooler, wrap it in a towel, and do all that stuff.
I've watched, you know how much I watch Sam. I've watched him for years.
Yeah.
I'll play a quick one here for you so you can just see. So I'll show you another quick one here. This is when I was slicing it, and it just was.
Oh, look at that bark! Yeah, I think you that's pretty good for your first brisket. What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you rate your first brisket?
First brisket, as far as just being kind of overall satisfied with the overall turnout. I'd give myself a 7. Lots of flavor and did okay. You know what I'm saying? The flat wasn't quite as like that super tender, just falling apart on its own type deal.
Okay.
Just a little more tug than I watched a guy called Mad Scientist Barbecue quite a bit. I watched Chudge Barbecue quite a bit. I follow their, but they're both your traditional side smoker wood guys.
Okay.
But pretty much, the premise is the same. You know what I'm saying? It's
temperature and time, really.
Yeah, it's temperature and time. And then the one pallet guy that I really followed pretty much most of what he did is called Grill Sergeant. And he happens to have
a great name. Wow, great name for a channel, huh? Grill Sergeant.
Grill
It's
Sergeant.
an authority. You see that name, it's like, well, that guy must know what he's doing. He's the Grill Sergeant.
He's highly entertaining. He is pretty good, man. He's pretty good. He'll have his son on there with him and stuff like that. But he also has a Brunswick, and so yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's kind of easy. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but it just takes time, and you have to be patient. That's
Yep.
the thing that gets a lot of people is they get impatient and they don't give it quite enough time. Like, well, the meat's done. Yeah, it's done, but it's got to sit in its own, you know, so all that stuff breaks down. So it becomes totally, you know, just, yeah. I mean, that's what makes it good, because all the tendons and grist, all the stuff in there that even though it's done, it's still going to be tough. You just got to let it sit, and it just marinates itself. Cooks in its own juices, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course I took all three of those gentlemen's advice and took all the trimmings, mostly Chud though. That Chud's barbecue. I like him because he's a Texas barbecue guy, and then also Franklin Barbecue. Franklin Barbecue was a name that I got familiar with when I went to Texas recently.
Mm-hmm.
He has been on the top 3 barbecue list for the country, you know, for years now, I suppose. But he's a real simple cat too, man. But his barbecue is just, yeah. I mean, the way it looks, I haven't had it.
Yeah.
Just I love his process and stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm just trying to catch up to them guys. You know what I'm saying? What I love about YouTube, I'm sure Wes is the same way. It's just all these professionals, and those guys are pros. They're either in competitions or they own very successful barbecue restaurants. And just all this free advice, man. It's how do you beat it? You know what I'm
no
saying?
matter what you're into, there's going to be something on YouTube that can.
Yeah.
That's what's really changed with YouTube probably the last 5 or 6 years. You could always find people doing videos on anything you're interested in, but what's really changed, like you said, was in almost any area of interest, you now have true, you know, people that actually run a business in that space, or, you know, and so it's, so you're getting true professionals putting out, you know, free content, which, if you're really looking to do it yourself, is enough to give you everything you need to be dangerous. And then, of course, obviously, they help you buy their program or whatever to go up, you know, to get that extra 5 or 10%. But you can cover all the bases by watching YouTube and doing a little bit of other researching, you know.
I felt like with barbecue, and that's only my 3rd cook in that grill. I feel like if I were to put it in a photography sense, you know, it feels like myself starting in photography, like jumping ahead 5 years. Like you know what I'm saying? With the amount of material that I was able to study and learn, you know, by the time I got to my first brisket, I feel like I am 5 years ahead of where I was.
Because you were able to bypass a lot of the experimentation. It often produces less than good results.
Yeah.
You know, so the learning curve you're so much faster because you can skip ahead, you know, get through the pure novice part and get to a beginner or high beginner or low intermediate just by very quickly, rather than having to go through all the trial and error and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, to put it in, you know, in a photography sense here, I mean, look at where people can start right now with photography. They can snap an image, and algorithms and the apps now, whether it be an app on your phone or an app on your computer, are so. I mean, think of Photoshop in and of itself, how complicated it is. And now they've got algorithms in Photoshop that literally whatever you want to do, they find it for you now. So now, like, if you want to make a layer out of something, bang, there it is. Just tell it you want to.
And that's all that's really, that's all happened in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
and combine that with professionals and experts, true experts that actually made a living doing whatever it is, going up on YouTube and providing lots of not just free content, but quality free content. So if you're really motivated to do it yourself, you can learn basically everything you need to become competent very
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah.
Very quickly.
And then if you wanted to take the next step, then you're talking about paying somebody to learn all the the extra stuff for doing an apprenticeship or whatever. But for most people, that's going to get them to the point where you'll probably be happy the rest of your life because you'll learn a little bit now as you do it, and it gets you off to a quick start. You get good results, and you're like, this is good.
It's amazing, man. It really. I mean, I used to grill a lot and called myself a barbecuer, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, I used to in a previous life is what I call it. You know, when I was married and lived in Albuquerque, I used to grill a lot. You know, and it's kind of interesting now because you take it's been 8, 9, 10 years ago that I did that, and so here I am now starting over again. But it feels like I was just telling Lisa, my girlfriend, like or the roommate, I haven't. That was literally that brisket was the best barbecue I've ever made. I'm like, hands down, I've never made barbecue, and it's because of number one, the advancements in grills. The pellet grills have come so far; it is insane.
Yeah,
I mean, I was controlling the whole damn thing with an app on my phone. It's incredible.
Yeah. It meters out the thing, so it's able to keep the temperature within half a degree or a degree.
I mean, once you figure out, because it has 2 built-in probe deals, and you can use them or not, of course. But it has things for 2 built-in, so you plug them in, put it in the meat wherever you want it. You set the damn thing wherever you want it. You can do that on the app from the minute you plug it into the wall. I mean, you can turn it on. It has a light. The damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
All you got to do is turn it on and make sure the hopper's full of pellets.
Really, honestly.
And does it have a water tray? You have to check the water and everything. Okay.
Yeah, the water, and in my case, that's a big deal because it's so dry out here. So
you probably go through water very quickly.
But there is 2 different methods. Like some people cook with water and some don't.
Yeah.
Now, that grill sergeant guy on his competition, I followed his competition brisket video almost to a T, not quite. I did take some from Chud and some from the Mad Scientist, but he suggested putting a second water pan in there, and that water pan never went empty.
Okay.
So the one that was built in did go empty, but that second one never did. It never budged.
Okay.
Plus, it helps with cleanup a little bit because all the drippings were just dripping into that second water pan, which was on the bottom.
You let it chill. You scrape the fat off the top. There you go. Yeah, nice.
But man,
well, when the boss and I go out there, Joe, we're going to expect some. We're going to expect.
We're going to hook it up. So come on.
I want some of Joe D's smoked meat.
Yeah, you want some of my meat. As long as you tell me you're going to put my meat in your mouth, then we're going to have plenty of meat for your mouth.
We've been married 32 years, It's always good to kick in a little variety now and then.
I tell the guys at work, once you hit a certain age, you really just don't care anymore, right? I mean,
you're officially, and you are. If you're over 50, you're definitely old guy now. I mean, and old guys don't give a crap. You don't have to. We do
to
impress anybody.
Yeah.
You've already impressed and been impressed, or been offended and been offended by so many people. Another one isn't going to matter.
It doesn't matter anymore. Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, guys will come up and rub your butt or something, or tap your butt, and I'm like, that's all you got? Come on, man, touch and rub, baby, touch and rub. You know what I'm saying? A little rougher, man. Come on, man. Don't give a little pat. Put some effort into it.
Okay, that's a perfect segue into the photo share part. Put a little effort into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you got a good result on that brisket because
Oh yeah, pal. Whenever you guys, and Wes, you're always more than welcome as well. You ever come out to
is
Phoenix, man, you better holler.
yeah,
Yeah, we will definitely have some fantastic barbecue, man. Well,
yeah,
hopefully I'll make something and then you can let me know what you think.
yeah. So I think this is the last one that we did from James last time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So now we're into Simi. Now you know that he got it. He upgraded. You know he upgraded his camera, right, Joe? Yeah, he did that about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he got that mirrorless now, right?
Yeah, the Z6 II. Yeah. So yeah, and he's back into it. Yeah, we were wondering. I don't know if you know this, but we're like, wow, he didn't do many images last, like, late summer into fall and into winter, and he popped on the show. I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. He says, yeah, what did he blow out his Achilles or tear his Achilles?
I think it was.
He was like walking, he was like scouting out a spot, and he bowled his ankle, and it tore his Achilles or something. So he was in a cast and a boot for 5 or 6 months with all the rehab and everything. So yeah, he couldn't do anything. That was in June of last year, and he finally got back out in December.
You know what feels weird is I remember what feels like a handful, maybe 6 years ago, when Kobe busted his Achilles up.
Yeah.
And then I think someone else famously busted their Achilles up. And I feel like I've been hearing about Achilles injuries a lot from just regular people.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, that's a if you're not specifically strengthening the muscles and tendons around that, the older you get, everything stuff gets more fragile. So it's you get out of bed and you're like, oh, I pulled a hammy, so the Achilles, and if it goes, that's a major thing. I mean, you can't do anything if your Achilles isn't working. You're not moving your foot, basically. So
that seems like a rough rehab, man. I mean,
he said it was like 5 or 6 months. It was in a boot for a couple months, and then it was a lot of physical therapy, just to kind of get back. But he's back now, and he's been getting out almost every week, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but so he is back in his old stomping grounds.
And where's Dennis, man? Where's Dennis?
Dennis, he popped on the show. Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. He's doing good. He's just been busy. Everything's good. All his family got COVID again, but he didn't, I guess. So his kids. No, remember his daughter got it right at the beginning because she's a nurse. She got COVID right at the beginning. Her and her boyfriend got it because he's like a paramedic and she's a nurse, so they both got it. They both got vaccinated, and then they got it again. So he says everybody's had COVID twice.
Wow.
So
I never did get it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've got a cold, but I know it's not COVID because I tested myself. I'm like, oh crap, I got, and no, it's just a regular cold.
I may have had it, but I didn't know it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You may have had it and never known.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that could have been.
A large percentage of people who have it never show symptoms.
Yeah,
they're asymptomatic or whatever. So
I haven't even had a cold in 5 or 6 years at this point.
Yeah, right. There's that. Right. Yeah, I've not. Yeah. You know what I think I might have, though? I might have, for the first time in my life, some sort of mild allergies. When the last little allergies were going around here, all of a sudden I found myself like itchy nose, and Lisa was like, that's allergies. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
It used to not bother me, but now the older I get, the more it seems to bother me.
You too, Wes?
Didn't really. Yeah. I mean, when we moved here to Atlanta 16 years ago, nothing bothered me here. But the more I live here and go through, it bugs me. I get an itchy nose and a runny nose, but never feel terrible. But I notice each year, I mean, it's increased. So, and you've been in Phoenix 7-8 years or whatever, and it takes, just there's new stuff in your body. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so it's probably only going to get worse, Joe. So
thanks. Absolutely right. Thanks.
Depending how you look at it. Yeah. Cheers.
Salute.
Okay, well, speaking of getting better, Simi's getting better, I guess, with his images.
Yeah. Well, he's
But-
got a new camera to toss up.
Yeah, mirrorless. The little lighter, you can toss it higher, get longer exposures.
Show off.
Uh,
Now, I wonder how that is working out for him with the mirrorless. Is that camera better at those long exposures than the other one? Does it have a little bit more built-in stuff to it?
Well, I think if I remember him saying, because I think we asked him what the major difference was, and he says the big thing was, the mirrorless is obviously lighter weight, but the processing speed is so much faster now. The processor's a lot more powerful, and the sensor and the processor ability to handle noise, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the longer exposures, that would be a huge
big deal.
advantage, yeah.
So okay. So I was trying to compute what the speed would be for him, because speed is not the issue for him,
Yeah.
but processing speed is the issue, because he's taking much more informative photos. Would you say? Well, more data in the photos.
So it takes he can get through stuff faster, probably. Yeah.
A larger file per file size is what he probably averages.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he said that was the biggest thing was that it's got more features, but just that it handles, it's got a bigger range, contrast range or dynamic range, and long exposures, low light is better even at lower ISOs, so it's still, so, but that's 8 years, six years or something, in between his old camera and this one. So a lot has happened in the processors in the last 5 or 6 years.
So he's probably noticing much better darks, just so much more detail in those darks.
Yeah, the quality of the initial image is probably just so much less to worry about, basically.
Yeah, these look fantastic.
Yeah, so I think he's definitely enjoying it. Yeah, so this is anchored. Looks like an old anchor, I'm assuming, or a post stuck in the ground. It looks like an anchor, I guess. But yeah, Guilford, Connecticut. Yeah, so back in his old stomping ground. Yeah, it's nice. And now we're starting to see. Oh, this is nice. I like this in more detail.
Now this image should be black and white. There's no doubt in my mind. This was fantastic in color. It's absolutely.
Yeah, but this would be a great candidate for the black and white treatment.
Yeah.
Yep. It would bring out some more of the details on the post and
if our friend from the Carolinas was here, of course I'm going to say black and white, and he would want it cropped.
Crop it.
That works.
Yeah. Crop it. The cropper. Okay, so this is a little closer in of that other one we got. Yeah. All the glitters. I'm assuming this was probably sunrise. Yeah, it looks like sunrise because it looks like it's out to the east.
Yeah. And by the way, how did Tiger end up doing? Do you know?
He ended up plus 11. So he ended up finishing, I think, in the top half of the field. Yeah, I mean, he lost 4 or 5 shots today, and you could tell he was. It was starting to get to him. I mean, his endurance, he was at the limit of that. He was visibly limping a little bit. But I would be too. That's so. But he made it through the whole tournament. So.
That's incredible. For me, that's just. I mean, it's his will to do things is incredible.
And this is the year. This is the 25th anniversary of the year he won his first Masters. So 1997 is when he won the first Masters when he was, 21 or whatever. When he just turned pro the year before and won it. And he made the comment. He says, "Yeah, this is kind of, it's kind of fitting." He said, "The place where I won my first major tournament might be the place where I won his last major tournament. He won the Masters in 2019. So,
19, right,
and
yeah.
he's basically admitting, he says, I'm going to play again, but I'm probably not going to win another major.
Right.
So, yeah. But,
Well,
yeah, you never know.
the fact that he can still compete is
Yeah,
is
I mean, yeah,
amazing.
that's
Make the cut at the Masters.
hmm
It's,
Yeah, he's still competitive. You know what's funny though is he actually seems a lot happier now.
Isn't that something? Yeah, when you hear him, I like the way he communicates with the media now.
Mhm.
I mean, right? It seems like he is
Oh
enjoying
no,
it,
he is.
like he gets it more.
Yeah, he gets it, and he's much more approachable. This is his real personality. You know, when he was doing all that winning and everything, he was kind of a jerk.
Oh yeah,
You know, he didn't talk to people. He was always sneering, but
Yeah.
that was just, you know, whatever. That's what he felt he needed to do to put him in that mode. And
Yeah, well, having I don't know, half a dozen different public
well, yeah,
incidents, and
he's had some things over the last 5 or 6 years, and reality checks. And I think this last one really kind of, whoa, okay, yeah,
near-death experiences, and
yeah. That'll probably change it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did good. Better than I figured. I thought he, play the first 2 rounds and not make the cut or something. You know. So.
Are you a golfer, Wes? Did you golf?
No, I used to follow it a little bit. I guess like from what you're saying, it sounds like it's more of a young man's game nowadays.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was like all old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like, right? Yeah.
I think the average age of the winners now is a little younger, and I think that's a result of Tiger.
Yeah.
You know, because it taught the young players that they don't have to I don't know, be afraid or whatever. So they're much more aggressive. They've got and they win earlier. You know, so you see a lot of the major championship winners and really the top ranked golfers in the world. I think the average age is probably lowest now than it's ever been. Yeah. I think that's probably.
I have little to no interest in golf at all.
Yeah.
I'm not a golfer. Tiger has literally been the only reason for 25 years that I've even had any interest at all. So it's the only reason I'm even asking questions about the Masters this weekend is because of him.
You and millions of other people that had no interest in golf too. I mean, so that's he's a transformational figure in the game of golf. I mean, he changed it completely from who was interested in it to how much money people made. You know, the purses and everything now that whoever wins, they win a lot more now than they would have probably if Tiger hadn't been in the game. You know, because of everything, everything he brought to it. So yeah,
he's made everyone tens of millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. My question is there anyone else that is as important as Tiger Woods is to golf, to their respective sport or industry? Is there anyone else that is that polarizing a person to their industry?
I'm sure there are.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, maybe Muhammad Ali. Ali, you could name
Elon Musk.
Yeah, but okay, so you could. He is a character. Yeah, he is one of those.
He's polarizing, and he's kind of doesn't give a hoot what anybody thinks to a certain extent. He now owns 10% of Twitter, so
I think we could say Elon Musk is to electric cars what electric vehicles, what Tiger Woods is to golf. Yeah, Muhammad Ali is to boxing. Mike Tyson is to boxing.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jordan isn't even that as big to basketball as Tiger is to golf.
Yeah, he was in his day, but other people have overshadowed him.
Yeah.
More.
No, they definitely had a major impact then, obviously, and it's still reverberating now. So yeah, it's I remember his father famously saying he's going to be, he's going to break all the records and define golf, and he also said he's going to be bigger than Gandhi. That part didn't quite happen, but
yeah, I mean the guy goes anywhere in the world, and people just.
Now, Simi, we're talking about Simi to landscape photography in Connecticut. I mean,
Now-
I think we might be
Now, send me to the Mark photography spot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's a transformative figure. Carry a legacy well beyond
Yeah, right.
the
Yeah.
host of the show.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer on this show.
Yeah.
Would we give him a green jacket? Is that would he get a green jacket?
Yeah, what would be the equivalent? I don't know.
It'd have to be something like a.
He gets the golden lens cap. How about
Yeah.
that?
There you go.
Golden lens cap.
It has to be some sort of lens cap or something.
Yeah, lens cap. Yeah.
In our case, you wouldn't necessarily put the lens cap on, so you would have to come in with the jacket on and take it figuratively off, because that would symbolize you're taking the cap off.
Yeah, you're ready to go to work.
You're ready to go to work.
Yeah. Speaking of the golden lens cap owner, there's Simi right now. We were talking about him, and he shows
His ears
up.
are burning.
Yeah, his ears were-
He's like,
there
"Oh,
is our Hall of Famer now.
I'm afraid to ask what was being said.
We just awarded you the golden lens cap of the March
Yeah.
Photography show.
Oh, jeez.
How does it feel to be the first Golden Lens Cap Award winner, virtual Golden Lens Cap Award?
Well, let's see. I'd like to thank my wife and
Yeah. No, you're
All the-
supposed to say, "Slap me silly." I can't believe it.
let's not talk about slapping.
Okay.
This is the part where you start crying because you're just so overwhelmed with joy and life's accomplishments, and it took a lot to win this award.
I'd like to thank the panel. And
Right, yeah. And subscribe to the
hit that bell for notifications.
Oh boy.
Give us a thumbs up if you like.
Hey,
golden.
they just let me know about your recovery, man. Sad to hear you hurt yourself, but glad to hear about the recovery, man.
Yeah. It was fine. A couple, it was just a series of things. First it was my calf I blew out.
The calf. Okay.
And
I
then
was saying Achilles, but that's almost as bad. Calf, Achilles. What's the
Achilles.
difference?
Oh my goodness. Man, fake news.
Right.
And then after I healed up from the calf, I broke my foot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that
On
was
the same leg, right?
Same leg, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
leg.
There's that.
And-
Wow.
But now I'm good as new.
Okay.
knock on some wood, please, somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't let that one go. Yeah. Man, that camera tossing some dangerous stuff, isn't it? Dear God.
I wish it was from tossing the camera.
That would have been like an in-game injury. Your injuries were like during practice or something. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Wow.
in my head, I'm still like 20, in my 20s, 24.
Mhm.
But the body's like, no, you gotta warm up and do stuff first.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yep. Yeah.
We got we
That's the one thing we forget. We get older. We always envision ourselves being a lot younger than we actually are, and our bodies don't believe it.
stretching is more important to us as older gentlemen than anything. Stretching actually helps strength, doesn't it? Is that right, Sim?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's all range of mobility, like range of motion, like balance and range of motion, which kind of forces you to stretch and build. Yeah, so it's all, and that's just stuff that you just don't want to do. You never had to do it when you're younger, and now you have to do it.
The calf thing was mainly my fault because I just got out of the car cold, and usually I'm usually warmed up and walked about a few miles before I start doing anything strenuous, but I just got out of the cold and just started climbing and hopping rocks, and then thing just popped.
Oh man! Ooh.
Yeah.
And then,
It kind of
foot-
popped. Did it sound like a shutter going off when it popped? I mean, we're trying to tie it back to photography. Was it like?
No, I swear to God, there was another guy down further on the beach. I swear he threw a rock at me
Wow.
because that's what it felt like. It felt like somebody hit my calf, and I'm looking at the dude, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're good here. And as soon as I took a step, I was like, oh no, I know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Now you're back though, better than ever.
Yeah, the foot thing was just being clumsy. Tree tried to kill me. The tree roots tried to engulf me. So
yeah.
Yeah. That's yep. Rough terrain can you really have to pay attention, especially now. Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Speaking of rough terrain, and this is a perfect segue into the title of this image, Simi, undulations. What's up with that?
Exactly. Yeah. Explain that, Lucy. Got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy.
Yeah, this was just a morning at a new little hidden little spot I did in the wintertime.
Okay. Guilford Center. Yeah.
Another one of those blistering 18-degree mornings.
Man.
And
What is that? You have to explain that kind of weather to people in Arizona and Florida, for Christ's sake. I mean, we don't know what that is.
Just think that you're in a freezer, standing in a walk-in fridge. You know those meat lockers, and somebody is taking a nice sharp scalpel and running it across your face. That's what it feels like. If you have any exposed skin, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
At first, you don't notice it, and then you get this burning sensation.
Yeah. Well, in terms you can understand, Joe, it's 52 degrees below 70.
Yeah. Oh, that's now I understand. That's incredible weather. I don't know how anybody survives in that kind of weather.
52 below 70.
Yeah. Now anything below 70, now I can understand. Now,
Yeah.
man,
A lot of layers.
70s are freeze line here, Sim. Just so you understand, in Arizona, anything below 70 is freezing. So that's what people will tell you here. They're like, "Oh my God, it's freezing outside." You're like, "It's 65." They're like, "Oh, told you." Like,
and we visit our brother-in-law down in Florida, and same thing when it's like when it's like 60 something down there. People have their winter coats on, and
Yeah. 50 is the line here. It seems like about 50 degrees here in Atlanta. If it gets below 50, people have the puffy coats on.
yeah.
Yeah. And in Chicago, it has to be below freezing before people even think about it being cold.
Yeah.
It's all relative to where you're at. Yeah, it's funny. But so this was a chilly day then. Yeah, and you were at first thing in the morning too. So
well, even before the sun got up, because this is the first time I was here, so I was here in the dark scouting things out, and it was real cold. But
yeah,
once the lights started to come up, it got maybe a degree warmer, a plus. And then this was a cool morning. It was about, it was only about 25 minutes of good light, and I was just in the flow. I was just seeing things. So
yeah. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's Frank.
Hey guys.
Hey Frank, how are you?
Hello,
Very
Frank.
good. Get some light in here.
I was out this morning catching some stuff, and then I just went back out later in the afternoon. But nothing seems to be going on, so I came home early.
Yeah, well, with daylight saving, it's still sun's relatively high up still. Even at 7 o'clock.
About 7:30, it gets dark here now. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good until after 8 o'clock. While we're in the western, we're farther south, and we're on the western edge of the time zone too. So
more stuff it's hard for me to understand. All this cold weather stuff and time change stuff, and I don't understand what you guys are talking about.
Just living in your own little utopia down there in Arizona.
Yeah. Why would anybody change a perfectly good clock? Like,
We won't have to do that after this year, right?
It's okay, Joe, because when you talk about 115 in the shade, we have no idea what you're talking about either.
Check back with Joe in July. And if you touch a vehicle in the summer, you get third-degree burns.
you do.
Yeah.
They are already on the news telling you the burn ratio. So in other words, like you've got 25 to 30 minutes of sun exposure before you're burned. I mean,
Yeah.
they give that in the weather forecast on certain
Yeah,
stations.
yeah.
What the heck is a dry heat? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
So it looks like you were just pretty much just walking down the beach, finding stuff, huh?
I picked out my spots, and then as the light was coming up, wherever the light was, that's where I went.
Mhm.
And then
Yes. Great.
after about 25 minutes, it was all over. It's time to
Yeah.
get some coffee and try to warm my hands
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah, well, that's
Hey, Sim, so how would you say you're obviously happier with the mirrorless? I would think. What's the difference you're noticing in your images? You just tons more detail in those darks, processing speed or anything, or what?
Processing speed. It is better, but slightly better in the darks. I mean, the old camera I had was good, but this one just has those little extra features where I can carry less stuff.
Okay.
It's better in video. They make little incremental changes so that yes, it's better in low light, but it's not that much better than the old camera, but it is better. It's way better for video if I ever wanted to do video.
okay. Yeah.
And they have a lot of built-in stuff that just got refined, like the time lapse is even better, where you could just let the camera do the time lapse. You don't even have to take it into a separate software and do all the stuff. It's really good.
Mm.
And then it's got a built-in like a timer now. So anything that I have to do bulb mode now, it does it in 60, 45, and 90-minute increments now. So if I forget my little remote,
Then you're good still.
I'm good. I don't have to worry about packing that anymore. It's got the built-in so that the focus stacking, I can tell it to focus here and then how many shots I want, and it'll focus from there out into infinity.
Wow.
That many shots. And
That's nice. Yeah.
then the glass, that's where the big thing is. The glass. I mean, I thought Nikon glass was great to begin with. The glass is even better now with that larger opening. The lenses are smaller, somewhat lighter, but the quality, I'm just shocked at how good it is.
Wow.
So those are the main reasons. I mean,
Okay. Well, those are valid reasons. Yeah. Like, the color's a little better on the camera body has got a nicer color of gray than the other ones. I upgraded.
no, definitely not.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, and that's all a result really of the last 5 years. Just the processing power of the cameras has gotten so much more bandwidth there that you can just do a lot more stuff, and the stuff that was being done before can be done a lot better now because it's just so much more powerful. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It probably got cheaper, right?
Nothing in this field gets cheaper.
Yeah.
I wish that were the case.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, but not so much.
Yeah.
And all of that for half the price.
Yeah.
No. We give you less stuff and it costs twice as much.
Yeah.
That would be
What do you think, Joe? You think this one should be in black and white too?
No.
This would be awesome in black and white. It's incredible. These images that you're showing are incredible in color. And I'm noticing just the darks, the contrasts are just fantastic. I love the colors. but I can't always help like this particular one as well. Yeah, black and white would be phenomenal as well. It'd be real dreamy. You know what I'm saying? That real like just dreamy kind of look in black and white. But the the colors are stunning in that
Yeah.
the detail in the foreground.
The colors in the sky. Yeah.
The blacks are just this would be in color to me. This would, if you're going to print, this would be great on metal. Metal would make it that pop that
Yeah.
this
Especially with the water there.
yeah.
The water and the color in the skies. Yeah.
This morning was all about the color. I can do it in black and white with these are make nice black and whites too. But
Mm-hmm.
this morning it was one of those, because at least to me personally, in the wintertime, you get some great purples in the winter that you don't get during any time of the year.
Yeah.
So this is one of those mornings where it's like, nope, keep it in color this time.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yep. Till the sun got up a little bit too high, and then all the colors just disappeared, or did they just get washed out? What happened?
No, well the clouds kept moving in actually.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's across the sky, but they were moving to the south this time, to the southeast. And after it got up for a while, then it went behind the clouds, and then that's when it kind of dissipated. And then by the time I got to where I was going to eat breakfast, it was like overcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you just had a small window before everything just changed. Yeah, that's cool.
This is extreme low tide. Luckily, the breezes were minimal, and it was good. Good morning. Good morning.
That's good, man. When you get a good morning like that, and you're feeling it, you can get in that zone, and the sky, everything's working for you that day. It's fantastic. It's a great feeling how that comes together.
Yeah,
it is.
That's cool.
They're rare. There are most mornings I go out in this kind of weather, and especially in the wintertime, and you don't get anything. Just watch the sun come up, or no sun all come up, and you just kind of try next time.
So this is how we know it was cold. There's actual snow and ice on the on the grass here.
Yeah, I've seen movies like that where they have snow on the ground and stuff.
It always amazes me when I see snow or ice or anything on the shoreline. It's just weird.
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah,
you just don't think about it. Yeah, and a lot of times it has a different kind of texture to it too. I don't know if it's due to the spray or the wind or whatever, but it's always, every time I've always seen ice and stuff along the shoreline, it seems more textured. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of times,
my right just goes out to like Lake Michigan, in the winter there. I mean, it gets wind blown. You get all kinds of weird little sculptures with the ice. Yeah, very nice. Oh, I like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
Kind of a stream or outlet going into the ocean.
Man, before the light came up and I was poking around in the dark, this little channel here had me worried. Because around here on the shoreline, you'll get skunks during the middle of the night that come out.
Oh,
scavenging for whatever little leftovers that are out there. If people have garbage or whatever leftover from the birds dropped. So I was like, I swear to God, if a skunk comes out of here, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, that would be a good way to end your morning.
Nope.
Spending the rest of the day outside in a bath of tomato juice.
That's another one I knock on wood. I've never been sprayed before.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
I came close once as a kid and just literally missed it by 5 seconds. We saw it and ran far enough away that when it sprayed, it was still far enough away from us, but we didn't get it. It was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat one. Oh, upgrade to Flickr Pro. No, thank you. All right.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what it's doing to me right now too.
You gotta go to Flickr Pro.
So this, yeah, okay. This looks like a little bit of ice. Looks like on the right on the edge.
That's just mud.
Water. Yeah.
That's just muck and mud.
Okay.
Now most of the snow and ice were behind me, back in the grasses.
So this is a lower than average tide then.
This is the lowest it got for that day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, the low tide of the day. There you go. Sun's peeking up over the hill, over the land.
Got the little sliver there.
And there's a lot more clouds in the sky now than there was earlier. Yeah.
I was only able to get a little starburst out of this one. It was too far away I didn't have anything close by to get it, but
yeah, you can still see it. Yeah, it's on a nice little. It's on a good part of the. On the lower part of it, so it's easy to spot. But yeah, it's not real obvious. Nice. Ooh, this has talk about a dreamlike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, give it to me. Come on, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Black and white.
I do have.
Thank you, kids. Yeah.
I do have a black and white version of this one.
Yeah. See, there's like. Yeah, this one's fantastic. It is.
Often our light far off in the distance.
This one's got that calming type feel.
Mm-hmm.
This one's in your therapist office.
Yeah.
I think this was a couple weeks later, and I didn't think I was going to get much of anything. But then some of the clouds started to part and do its little funny things, and it was great. It just had a natural framing that I was able to work with the reflections. It turned out to be a good morning.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks like this. Well, taken a week later. Yeah, pretty much. 90-second exposure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this was real early.
Yeah.
And there's a boat launch over to my right with a spotlight. That's what's illuminating.
Oh, that's what's lighting up the pier here, huh?
Yep.
Okay. You got
the
lighthouse out in the background. Yeah.
And then I'm actually, in order to get this angle with that little house without the trees in the back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm out on the marsh. This is the whole marsh area. And,
okay.
But it's cool to be out there now because, well, not now, but at this time because it was all frozen.
Okay. Yeah.
If I was out there this morning, I would probably be stuck.
Yeah.
or it'd take me a while to get out.
Yeah. Be sinking into the mud a little bit.
Yeah.
No, this is one of those things where you're probably only get this kind of perspective when it's cold.
Yeah, only the winter time you only get those shots there.
That's neat.
Unless you get a boat, like one of those rafts and canoes.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's one for
black and white too.
There's one for James right there. Boom. Cropped.
Yep.
Something for everybody here. Sim's just a giving guy, see?
I got you in black and white too, so.
Yeah. This one's for James. It's more cropped so he can see, the building and the island there a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, neat one. Yeah, there's another one in black and white, huh? Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Now this looks like with I'm assuming the hills. Okay, those are hills in the background, I'm assuming. But it almost looks like out west somewhere where you're way out. This looks to me like the San Luis Valley of Colorado. You're driving through there, Joe. Have you ever driven down through San Luis Valley?
I'm
Down
not,
to Alamosa, from Buena Vista to Alamosa, because you're between the mountain ranges, but
yeah,
there's a lot of marshes and low-lying areas that have water in them. So
right.
and the
Yeah.
background there looks like mountains way off in the distance.
Yeah, it looks like a typical wildlife preserve out
Yep.
here. Some sort of, just where a lot of birds and
Yep.
geese.
Out up on the high plains. Yeah.
It honestly looks like this 15 minutes from my house. There's a real nice wildlife preserve that I never go to, but I should. It just
They're waiting for you, Joe. You just have to go.
it's on the Indian reservation.
Well, what you do is you set the smoker, you get your app, you set it for like 10 hours, and then you go.
That's true. I could, yeah. I'm up early enough now. Yeah, I should.
Yeah, this whole series here I was taking while I was waiting for the light to get good on the little house over there. So there's like a series of these I was taking maybe every few minutes or so.
Okay, as the light changed.
Yeah.
Nice blue. Yeah. Blue and purple there. Okay. A little different look.
Looks like you got someone else's gear towards the right there on the.
Yeah, is that a?
Looks like someone else shooting over there.
That's one of those nests that they put up for the
Ospreys.
Ospreys, yeah.
Oh,
it's a nesting tower. Yeah.
Yep, they have them all over in the marshes here, so that they encourage the ospreys.
It looks like the top of the grass has like a frost on it, doesn't it?
Yep, that's hoarfrost.
Yeah.
And then there was fog way in the back there.
Yeah, way in the back side of the image.
You know what's funny is we will get a similar fog, and it'll be absolutely hotter than hell, like in the morning. But there'll be this fog over patches of the desert. It is really the craziest thing to see. I haven't been able to photograph it yet, mostly because I ain't out there with my damn camera like I should be. But I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see it, and it always fascinates me. Like, why does that fog still there at 10 in the morning? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, because I imagine taking photos of it and it looking like it's just absolutely freezing out there in the desert, and it's 100 degrees, 110 degrees. It's crazy.
It's the dew point out there. Out in there's a little bit of water that's groundwater that came in, and it just comes up. Yeah, you wouldn't think there'd be fog when it's that hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a neat one. Oh, upgrade to Fleco Pro again. Ooh, I like the framing on this one, Sammy. This is nice.
Yep. I was just moving over
Yep.
ever so gradually as the light was changing.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was turned out to be a good morning. No complaints from me.
We'll let you keep the Golden Lens Cap award, I guess.
Yeah, we'll let him keep it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so here's a piano. And if I remember right, you said, the camera will do everything on board?
Well, not for the panoramic.
No, won't do the panoramic.
Oh,
okay.
I had to stick to this one myself, so.
Okay.
How many?
Ugh. This was 70. I'm thinking this was about 10.
10. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, though.
Yeah. This was it. I mean, I was kind of lucky that there was no breeze this morning, because these can turn out to be bad. Because if there's anything in the water down there, it just never stitches right.
Okay. Confuses the software, basically.
Yeah, you get weird irregularities that you.
Yeah.
But it was I couldn't ask for anything better on this one. I mean, it was dead, no wind, no nothing.
Yep.
So this is a big overview of the whole thing. There's the East River. That's that channel that's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the channel that's closest to me is just a runoff where the marsh comes, and they both join there, and they both exit out to the right there into the Long Island Sound.
Okay, Long Island Sound. Okay. Nice. Yep. We missed. This was
Now, this is.
tails.
I'm pretty sure you get this kind of fog, though.
Yeah.
This is that dense fog we get here.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a horror movie fog. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly right. Yeah.
Very nice.
I don't think I'll get too many more of those mornings now until later in the fall now. So
Yeah. Probably getting to the end of that. Once you got to have the transitions between weather, and that doesn't happen a whole lot in the summer. Yeah. Neat. Ooh.
Yeah. This one's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, this would be great. This would be good in black and white too.
Ah, thank you. I was trying not to say it. It was obvious. Yeah. I was trying. I was like, yeah.
So I got rid of my 200 to 500 millimeter lens.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, and ever since then, I mean, the longest lens I have now is back to 24 to 120.
Wow.
And that little dot that's beneath there,
Mm-hmm.
if you zoom in, that's a juvenile bald eagle right there.
All right there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's an old nest, not an eagle's nest, but a nest of some other bird. But he's sitting right below that nest.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
And then while I'm sitting there, another juvenile flies over. He was flying near me, but I wasn't set up for it. But I was like, ever since I got rid of that lens,
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It's
How it
yeah.
works. Yeah.
Karma. Yeah.
I get deer that come up and go, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah. Murphy's Law. That's the way that works. If you had a 600, it'd be the same thing, right? You're like, what am I doing with this big expensive lens? I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna sell this. And as soon as you do, the next day, you're like, nah, be damn. There it is. Yeah.
They've got a new 800 PF that's just coming out, which is it's 800 millimeters and it's not that large and it's pretty light.
Oh, really?
And it's still
Under $2,000? Under $2,000 maybe? Or
no, it's like $6,000.
okay, yeah.
But compared to the old F mount,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the old F mount was $16,000.
I was gonna say, yeah, probably around, yeah, okay.
Wow. That's a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a lot, but you could, if you were doing a lot, it'd be a lot easier to justify that than 16,000.
Yeah.
Well, he is. I mean, the guy's out there,
Yeah.
and all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, you could and you're seeing tons of wildlife. I mean, you could easily justify something like that. You should do it. Come on, do it.
Buy it.
Maybe rent it first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rent
right?
Rent it
Yeah,
for a
that's a
week.
good candidate for renting. Absolutely.
Pick
If it's
up
under
on-
$2,000, you can maybe buy it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that much might rent it first.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
So
Oh,
this is Wes going up. That's his using his 14 millimeter. Oh no, 157 millimeter. That's okay.
yeah. Now Wes needs the 800 right here. That's what the hell. Yeah, 800. Hell, I'd need a 1600 lens for this
Yeah,
thing.
this is only a 157. Well, he's only at 157.
I actually couldn't get back any further on this one. It was tough getting in the frame.
Yeah, see, he's setting you up, Wes. He's setting you up. I'm telling you.
I'd like to see a macro shot of this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's the spectacular. Yeah, that's your macro. Yeah, don't be scared, man. Get
Yeah.
up there with your 16 mil and let's see that
Suffer
happen.
for your art.
Yeah, exactly.
There was plenty of people walking up with their phone, like snapping pictures of it,
No.
God.
like going right up to the sign and taking pictures of it.
No, really? That
Yeah.
close?
And
Yeah,
if that alligator wanted to move, he could
Oh,
probably do some
man.
damage to it. The road's right up there. Yeah.
oh,
They don't
that-
realize how fast those things are in short bursts either.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
well, generally, if you don't touch them, they're okay. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
tell you.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I like
test
it generally. It's not always. Generally.
I'd hate to find out that's the day that alligator's wife left him. And you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
there's two problems with that situation. Like Sim said, you just don't realize how fast they are, and you really don't realize how slow this middle-aged fat guy is. That's the problem. Them two things are a deadly combination. And also has a few injuries my damn self, so I don't need.
Eating alligators prohibited. Illiterate alligator.
That's like now. I gotta be careful when I'm going out in the morning because I mean they're not a problem. I mean we have a lot of black bears now. The population is pretty decent here now, and they generally tend to stay away. But I mean I have been out and seen the mamas with their little babies.
Yep.
And again, not worried, but you just never, you never know.
Hey, I see coyotes all the time. We have coyotes, with trucking, we always have big yards where we have to park and everything, and there's always coyotes. And like you said, they leave you alone, man. They're more afraid of you than they are. But I hate to find the day that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you put them in a corner and they don't feel like the only thing that's on the way out is through you. Yeah.
Yeah. His girlfriend from yesterday left him for his brother, and you know what I'm saying? He's just having a bad day,
there we go. That is, I think the last. No, I got one more. There we go. Oh, ring around the sink. The sinkhole. Is this Payne's Prairie?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is actually Alachua Sink, where the trail gets its name from.
Yep.
Nice one.
Yeah, I like this, man. This is great. It's nice and bright and colorful.
That's taken with his iPhone Pro Max, Max Pro, Pro Max.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. When the cooler weather, we get some nice sunsets, nice color. So
handheld tripod.
Just handheld, the built-in panorama app on the phone.
Man, see, it just takes such good cameras now, man. When you know what you're doing, you can get some damn good shots.
Go into Lightroom and punch it up real quick, and that's about all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Cool. That's a good way to end the image portion. That's good. A nice one, Wes.
Thanks.
I'm thinking about getting a new phone at some point here, so I'm starting to investigate and deciding whether I want to go to the dark side or not and go to Apple.
Hey,
there's plenty of good Android cameras out there.
Yeah.
Pixels are pretty good. So
yeah. I just don't want to spend $800 on a phone though. That's
the thing. If you want a good camera, you have to pay for it.
That's
on the phone.
If you don't want to spend $800 on a phone, don't worry about it, Mark, because Apple's got you for $1,100. So don't worry.
Okay, well in that case,
I understand if you don't want to cheap out with $800.
Yeah. The Samsung ones are $1,600.
Yeah, 16 exactly. You remember? Okay, when I bought this phone, this was and it's all dirty now, disgusting. But this was the first $1,000 phone. Do you remember when it was a big deal?
Like the 10?
That's the X. Yeah. Can you remember that? It was a big deal. And now, that ain't nothing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a burner phone now.
It's a burner. Exactly.
Yeah.
It is, man.
It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, the top end phones are fantastic, but even the lower price ones are still a lot better than the upper price ones of a few years ago. So
yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, but no, there's nothing stopping. If you want to, you can spend $1,500 on a phone just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take much thought at all.
When you gonna bust out that 8x10 film camera, Mark?
I wish it was an 8x10. It's only a 4x5. But
Oh,
yeah, I got to find some time to do that. That's been the problem the last couple of years. It's been crazy. Hopefully, well, I keep saying that. I've said that for like 2 years. Hopefully this summer I can get out and do some stuff. Then you blink and it's next year already.
I swear, man. It's like, yeah, where the hell
Already.
did it go? Yeah.
Into April. I mean, I'd say pretty much all the leaves are pretty much on the trees. There's a few trees that still don't have leaves on them, but the azaleas are blooming, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be 85 and humid here before we know
Hey guys, I gotta get going.
All right, Frank. Good to
Bye,
see you.
Frank.
it. See you, Frank.
Let's see you, man.
I don't know what it is about this year, but it's extremely quick this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going by really fast. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I seem to be a little busier work-wise this year overall than I was last year, so that probably helps or hurts depending how you look at it. Things go by.
Mhm.
There's time goes, but yeah, I mean, I think it's the older you get too, the faster time seems to go by because each year is, a smaller and smaller percentage of the overall total.
Yep.
I was visiting my parents last week, and they're in their, in their 80s, and they're like, just wait until you get really old. Time really goes by fast then.
I can imagine it does, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I can kind of see that. I've heard that.
I mean, at their age, one year is like, just 1.5% of their entire life or whatever.
It's like reverse dog years, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you're a little kid, the month between Thanksgiving and Christmas took forever.
Yeah, it's its own year.
It just seemed to take forever, and now it's just like blink and it's gone. So
It is.
yeah. Well, our high ISO processing gets better and better the older we get. We're able to operate at higher ISOs.
Sure. Hey, did you have a chance to get to that record store or no?
No, we could have gone on Saturday, but Saturday, but we would have had like maybe 45 minutes at the store. So Paul's wife was like, that should be plenty of time, right? And I'm like, I would need to, they open at noon. I would like to get there at noon. And at 5 o'clock when they close, I'd be the guy in there and they'd be like, sir, we're closing. Can I still drive through bins? I was like,
Is that Jerry's or something you were trying to
Yes.
get to? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, multiple hours.
Have you heard about it, Wes?
Oh yeah.
They've
Yeah,
been
I
there
know
for
of it.
37
I haven't
years.
been there, but yeah.
Yeah, they've been there for 37 years. They'll probably be there, this fall or this spring when we go back up there. Yeah, we just got.
Yeah. That's an all-day project there.
Yeah.
From what I hear, what I've seen in videos and stuff.
That place was incredible. I mean, incredible. That
Yeah.
place.
It was just right. We thought it was closer to where we were going to be than it actually was. And by the time we figured driving back and forth and still being able to get to where we needed to go, I was like, yeah, I would have had 45 minutes there, and it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
I would have been
just hurt you.
disappointed going there and having to leave in 45 minutes and not going at all.
Yeah.
I have a question for one of you guys. I don't know if you do it or not, but I have a lot of old jazz albums from my father.
Oh. Yes.
Exactly. Mark, beat me to it. Is that the question? Fine. Yes. Yeah. And don't ask Wes. The next word, be very careful because that man buys collections, my friend. I'll just tell you right now.
That what I want to do is back them up, basically.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, back them up and then give them to me. Is that what you're saying? Or
Oh no! Oh, I'm keeping them. I'd like to make digital copies of them. I was wondering if any of you guys have done any of that stuff.
yeah, Wes has, right, Wes?
I use a program called Vinyl Studio. It's designed for that purpose,
Okay.
where you can type in like the title of the album and the artist, and it'll go and pull down like all the timing. It'll pull down the album art, and it'll allow you to put that in automatically, and then you just record with a line into your computer.
What's it called again?
It's called Vinyl Studio.
Vinyl Studio. Okay.
So
They do have
Ties,
turntables that are like USB turntables that are
Do
more.
you have a turntable now? Is that let's
Well,
ask you that.
that's the thing. I've been looking at a few and seeing what my options are. First of all, the software to do it, and then a decent turntable
Mhm.
that'll give me a good good output.
I mean, I haven't paid too much attention because I don't really have any interest in doing that. But there's a few out there that are decent quality with, I don't know who is it. Does U-Turn make one, Wes, or is there somebody else?
Yeah, the U-Turn is pretty good. It's not. I wouldn't say it's very user friendly. It's very manual, and it doesn't have a queuing lever either. You have to pay extra for the queuing lever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's not good.
There's a few ways you can go. Like Wes is saying, you can go software. You can go. You can get a decent turntable, whatever turntable you like, and then get a preamp that you can hook up, to your computer if you wish. I mean, there's a few different ways you can go, depending on what your tastes are. Are you going to end up listening to some vinyl occasionally? Then perhaps maybe you want to get a nice turntable and a setup that you really want so you can enjoy some vinyl, and then get maybe a less expensive but still good preamp that you can hook up when you want to record digitally, and then maybe another one that you use when you're listening to your vinyl regularly. It just, there's lots of options depending on how you go. But Wes is the one of us that does it the most, so he would definitely know.
Okay, cool.
How many albums are you looking at digitizing? How many?
150.
Oh, by the time you're done, you're going to be an audiophile, my friend. Yeah. Full pinky out. You're going to have a whole nother disease you didn't know about. Another way to spend your money. Yay! I'm so excited for you, Sim. Welcome to the miserable world of being an audiophile.
Oh, boy.
What you need is a portable turntable. So while you're waiting for those 300-second exposures to happen, you can be digitizing.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think the record is shorter.
Yeah. The record will be shorter than the exposure. Yeah. So do you have any classic, like old original Blue Notes or anything like that? Anything that is like really, really?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of interested.
I'm sure I do, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole just yet.
Yeah.
My Jimi Hendrix is getting here tomorrow. I'm pretty excited.
Oh,
you got that UHQR?
Yeah, it'll be here tomorrow. I'm pretty excited.
Cool.
Yeah, I would love at the end of 100 records, hell, at the end of 50 records, I would imagine if it's an older jazz collection, you've got some fantastic stuff. You're not even aware how great it is until you dig in there and you're like, I forgot how damn good this is. I forgot how enjoyable this is. And that sound, Sim, you'll put it on digital. You'll listen to it, I'm sure, while you're shooting and just fall in love with it, man. And that's why a lot of people do digitize their vinyl, so they could just enjoy that sound,
Yeah, that's cool. They're able to do it.
That's the plan, hopefully.
Yeah.
And get yourself a good record cleaner. A good record cleaner will get you the most out of that good vinyl, vinyl. Cleaning them records is really important. It really is. Even cleaning new vinyl, if you happen to explore buying a new record. As a matter of fact, this is a perfect time because why, Wes? Record store day is in a few weeks.
Yep.
So it's perfect
2 weeks.
timing.
Yeah.
Yay!
Right. That is right. I forgot about that. That's coming up fast.
Oh man, another.
Yeah,
We are
all that money you saved up to buy that lens, and you just, I don't want that lens. You got all that extra money, you can just spend it all on record store day.
Next thing you know, he's making a separate vinyl budget, and you know how it goes, man. It's all downhill from there. It's all downhill from there.
We're gonna have to get us another job, another couple jobs.
Yeah, that's just it. Maybe you can get a job at Starbucks like the rest of the middle-aged guys. Help support your.
Become a Walmart greeter. Why are you doing this? Because I got vinyl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Every hour I work allows me to buy one more.
How many records are you up to now, Wes? What's the count?
I have no idea. 6,000 maybe.
Yeah, who's counting?
Wow, that's
It's
a lot.
incredible. It is. It's so much. When I first got Mark knows I resisted. Well, I think Wes remembers too. I resisted it forever, and I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Okay, well maybe I'll buy a
Why would anybody buy vinyl? Because you can get it all on digital.
I literally said that at an audio show.
Yep.
Loud.
A year later. Yep.
That's how they get you. They go, oh, really? We're going to
Yeah.
get you now.
Sim, I was at an audio show in the turntable section, and I said it. I'm not quiet, so I said it so loud, and they were looking at me like, "What the f?" Like, what?
They said, "Sir, sit down, please. We want
Exactly. Get out." I was like the guy with salsa from New York City.
They knew deep down inside that sooner or later you'd fall.
Oh, it started with my 2 record purchases, and it's been downhill from there. And I blame it all on Mark. I mean, I can't. What? It me take responsibility for it? What? What are you kidding me?
I just presented you with an opportunity. I didn't force you to do anything.
It's so much fun, Sim. It is, man. It's fantastic. It's a great hobby. What other one did I just get? I just got the. I got a couple Mexican titles that are Spanish music that's super audiophile quality and just phenomenal. But yeah, have fun. Just have fun, man.
I think it's you with everything. Just name me a hobby that's actually cheap.
Those 2 words don't go together. Hobby.
Somebody was saying, knitting or something with like not even knitting's cheap.
No, not anymore. No, it's not. It's incredible. Yarn is. I have a person that crochets with me right now. It's not cheap. But yeah, there's hardly any hobby that's cheap. But a lot of fun. The things, the hobbies that we do, like Mark's show right now, photography. I have hunters in my life in the past that have invited me to go hunting with them. I'm like, yeah, cool. Because when I shoot it, it's still alive and I can shoot it again. So like, you know what I'm saying? So I can go back and shoot it again. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that I think a lot more people can enjoy, right? It's not so controversial. Music is something for everybody. Everybody loves music, man. Now, maybe not the same music, but everybody loves music. So you can always find a record for everybody. It's just one of those hobbies. And then we all love music. We love photography. People, you have lots of photos in your house, right, Sim? So I mean, we all do. And you have the music, you put on the music, you have a drink, maybe a cigar or 2 here and everything. You know what I'm saying? All these little hobbies come together in one big thing. And, in my case, I picked up another one. I have another hobby now. I smoke meat on the side as well.
Oh, jeez. That's right.
Another obsession. Oh, talk about long exposures. I just did a 16-hour cook there, Sim.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of time.
That hobby is not conducive to getting 8 hours of solid sleep.
It's not conducive to good sleep.
Cook, you can't. Yeah.
Now, Mark, the thing that I have figured with my roommate is I'm actually saving money.
Okay.
Because had I went out and bought all that barbecue in a restaurant, I'd spend a lot more money.
Oh yeah, but I got to imagine though did you get the brisket at Walmart?
I have that brisket still in the freezer. This one I got at a grocery store, actually on sale. But I did price out briskets because, of course, I can get same day delivery from Costco. I got a Costco delivery today, and for about $19 more, I can get a prime brisket from Costco delivered to the house. Boom! Awesome.
Yeah.
Guess what's happening next time?
We're going prime time.
We're going prime time, baby. Yeah. Oh, Sim. So anytime you need another expensive hobby, you just let me know, pal.
Yeah,
I
Joe.
hook you up.
Joe's got the expensive hobby wheel. He spins.
Yeah.
He lands on something. Spin the wheel.
When I finally run out of money, I'm just gonna go default back to just bird watching with no equipment.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's probably the cheapest hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
it's kinda-
true. Or walking. A hobby. Walking. You buy some shoes every few months, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
My
something
hobby is
extra.
doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's,
Oh man.
absolutely nothing. I'd be
Yeah.
dead in a week.
Yeah. All of us would be. That's the problem. That's why they created hobbies.
There's so many darn interests out there, and it's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And do you still work on cars a little bit, Wes? Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for something to do to my Subaru or something, you know,
Mhm.
helping other people do stuff to their cars.
Yeah.
yeah, talk about an expensive hobby. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just it's fun. It's great. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do enjoy this part of life for sure. As far as that goes, I don't necessarily enjoy the bills and the danger to my bank account, but
I did some amateur racing for a little while there, and that was that's real expensive.
Yeah.
That's a good way to throw away some money.
Yeah,
talk about literally setting fire to money. Hello,
you'll burn through some money with doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
You gotta have a lot of extra cash flow to do that, or a rich uncle.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt.
Even at the were you doing like Sports Car Club of America type stuff?
Yeah, some autocrossing, time trial kind of stuff, and you know,
And,
teaming together. with
Even
some
that
other
can
people.
show up to be $1,000 in a weekend type thing in between wheels.
Yeah, travel and hotels and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
That's up fast. All right. Well, speaking of hobbies, I've got my hobby of eating, which I try to do a few times a day. It's time for me to indulge my hobby of eating, so I can get
A
some
few
dinner.
times a day. Oh, what?
Well, actually, this will be this will be my fifth meal of the day. So,
Oh man,
or fourth meal of the day. So,
we need to cut all that out. Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
You could be spending more money on vinyl.
Yeah. Get my priorities straight.
I've got another, as we speak, Sim, I've got another $125 record coming tomorrow. So yeah, I definitely, that's for one album. Let's not talk box sets.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. $400, $500. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good Lord.
So far, the most I've spent on a record was, what was it? $450 or something like that. I think I spent on that one Marvin Gaye record. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Completely worth it. Completely worth it. It's worth more money now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the nice thing is they're going up like crazy right now. So
Oh, that's right. I finally got that Marvin Gaye. That Marvin Gaye I've been waiting since September.
Yeah, mine showed up too. Mine showed up too last week. It showed up like on Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 6 months after you pre-ordered it. I forgot that I pre-ordered it almost.
It's
Like, oh, by the way, it's showing up. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right.
you know, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Because it was supposed to come out in November.
It was supposed to
They
come
got
out
delayed by
when
5 months, basically.
the 50th was last year, actually.
Yeah.
Adele's record and Marvin Gaye were supposed to hit at the same time, and then they delayed it till January. January came and went, and it just got pushed back and pushed back.
It basically got released on his birthday. Wasn't his birthday like April 3rd, I think?
Oh, was it? Was that?
And when they actually finally released it, it was his birthday, yeah. Which
Oh,
maybe that's what they waited for. They were just going to wait and do it, yeah. So I was like, I wonder if they planned it that way. Not when they originally did it, because they were saying it was going to come out last year. But Yeah, I've got mine's still in the box. I'll probably clean it this week. I think I've got a couple records to clean, so I'll probably clean it and give it a spin this week. Fire up the old 2-channel audio system and get those tubes glowing and put some vinyl, some spinning plastic on the old turntable.
Yeah. Enjoy your tubes while you can. Hopefully, they're not Russian tubes. Those are getting harder and harder to get. Make sure.
Actually, the ones I have in there now on the 85s I have in there are the Gold Lion, which are Russian. But I've got a pair of I've got another set that is probably just as good that's made in Taiwan. So I'm good.
That's the thing, Sim. You get those good analog records, old analog records, cleaned, really good. Put them on a decent turntable. And then get you a nice little tube preamp. Oh man, yeah. Get you a little cigar, some good scotch. Yeah,
I couldn't get much better than that. All right,
I think it'd just be cheaper just to move out to where you are.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, take up a bedroom and then that's what I said. Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, the best boat is your friend's boat, right?
Right.
Okay, guys, we'll see you,
gentlemen.
All right.
Good seeing you, Tim, Wes,
Yep.
Joe. Later. Enjoy the week.
Take
All right.
care.